Yes, that sounds like a good plan. Yes. Yeah. Hello and welcome to this week's live Icarus update and patch notes. I am Echo225 Dolfinio and we welcome one and all. I'm here with Gao. How are you this week?
Hiya, I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Looking forward to the new
Good.
patch notes.
Oh yeah, definitely. New Friday, new patch notes. I'm all for it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's looking good. It's looking good. Yeah, my oh, let me see. Yeah, my webcam's being a bit dodgy with the for the patch notes, but I know that I do have it sorted for the new incoming mission that's going to be with us. So let's carry on. Can you believe that we're at week 21 already?
Time flies when
Yeah,
playing ICARUS.
yeah, absolutely. I'd also like to say hello to the Scaly Snake in chat. Hello, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Share your thoughts through chat. We're here for Let's Discuss, and that includes everybody in the chat too. So let's get started. This week is about rustic decorations. Maybe get some furniture we can actually sit on.
The banner already shows the prospector lying on a couch. So hey, I'm all for this Rustic update. I want to be lying on the couch.
Yeah.
I'll let you do all the work this time. I'll be lying on the couch.
Yeah. Alrighty. Week 21 update, rustic decorations. Let's get into this. It's actually not a very long update this week, so we might be able to get into things a little bit quicker. So this week's update brings a range of rustic decorations to the carpentry bench for creative prospectors. Woohoo! That's
More
you,
of those
Corny.
decorations. I wouldn't say that I'm creative.
Why
But
not?
yeah,
Why not?
I don't know. I just try things out. That's all.
You do all the buildings, so
True,
okay.
true.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But this
Excuse
time
me.
only until the couch is there, eh?
Oh, well,
And then
yeah.
I'm gonna lie on the couch and you can continue the building.
So long as you empty your inventory for me, I think I'll be all right.
And we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay, so the first paragraph says, with 20 new rustic items, you can decorate your base or outpost and turn it into a lovely home for your time on the surface. There is also a new mission on behalf of the African Assembly requiring these items as they host an event for distinguished VIPs curious about your operations on Icarus. Ooh. Well. We have VIPs coming down now.
Yeah.
Gee, it'll
So
be a
we do all the
free.
hard work, and then the VIPs come in, and they're gonna be like, "Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that?" Yes, sorry, I don't like the VIPs.
Yeah. It's
Well,
gonna.
as long as they pay.
It'll be a free for all shortly.
Oh yeah.
It's a case of everybody will want one. Well, we get an idea as to how some of this rustic decor is going to look with this first image here. We have I believe it's a bookshelf, a coffee table with some candles, and a two-seater and a three-seater sofa.
Yeah.
Oh, they look cool. They also look like they've been made out of wicker. So, all right, new rustic decorations. For this week is for interior designers. We're introducing 20 new items to the rustic decor crafting bench with a distinct rustic theme for you to decorate your bases and turn them into comfortable homes. Well, I'd like to call them a home, but we're only there temporarily, so
There's a home away from home. Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah, I can see that.
A bit more luxury. Sure, why not?
I think they call it.
After yeah.
I think they call it glamping.
Yep. But yeah, imagine this: like you come home from a day long of bear hunting and wolf slaying. What's better than just sit on the couch, put your feet on the table,
Have a
and
nice.
preferably not have anyone yelling at you for putting your feet on the table.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that'd be good. All right. The rustic decor crafting bench will be unlockable from the crafting bench at tier 2, and all the blueprints will come with it, meaning it will only cost you a single point.
A single point,
A
which
single
is
blueprint point, right?
yeah,
Okay.
blueprint points, which is
Okay.
good for people who haven't leveled their characters yet. But as well as I do, we are swimming in the blueprint points.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely for the newer players or the newer characters, I have to say. Yeah.
Yeah. Scaly in chat says, we'll make it more enjoyable to decorate your base. Hope you do get some slight bonus from a resting type of buff.
Interesting indeed. Like maybe the rested bonus will last a bit longer. I don't know.
Possibly, maybe, no idea.
What's it called here? The warm and cozy. Is it warm? No, it is a sleeping buff. I'm not sure how it's called exactly here, but yeah, maybe it'll last a bit longer.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it'll boost your well rested buff. That would be nice.
Well rested, that's it. Yeah.
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 All items will be craftable at tier 2. However, the statue, which the picture is underneath, I'll scroll up in just a minute. The statue requires gold, which can only be forged in a concrete furnace at tier 3. It comes in table mounted and wall mounted variations. What do you think of
Understood.
that then?
Well, at least they make it clear now. Yes, it is in tier 2. But yes, for the statue, you do need a tier 3 concrete furnace.
Yep.
And yeah, the fact that it's table mounted and wall mounted, nice, some more variation. I have
Yes.
to say though, this does count towards the number of items. I believe they count the wall mount and the table mount statue as separate items.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm just pausing on scrolling up. For those watching the stream, I'm only pausing on scrolling up to let you see the picture for a minute, just because when I saw the picture, I noticed something. And what I noticed was this. The image you're about to see is the same statue from 3 different angles. But the image that you're going to see is exactly the same image that I use as a thumbnail for my funnies, fails, and F-up videos. So I'm going to scroll up now. Let me know what you think in either in the comments section below if you're watching this later, or in the chat if you're watching right now. This is the picture here, right here, right? What do you think of that? Is it just me, or is there coincidence there, Corny?
It does look a lot like it, yeah.
I would
The
say
only
that.
difference being this one having the spacesuit on.
Yes, this one actually has the ICARUS spacesuit on. But yeah, that's uncanny.
Yep.
That's uncanny.
They looked at your thumbnail, they were like, we're going to put something like this in the game.
Well, I'd like to think so, but I think that's maybe just being a little bit cocky, don't you?
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit.
Scaly says that's rather artistic, but is it Icarus falling from the sky after melting his wings? That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I'd say so, definitely.
Yeah, because that's where Icarus, or this game, as far as the lore is concerned, that's where the name Icarus comes from. Hello, Mike. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, Mike.
Have you had a nice cup of coffee and breakfast yet? You haven't missed anything to be. You haven't missed much anyway. We're just starting the update now. So yes, I couldn't help but see the correlation between the image of the statue and the image that I use on my funnies videos, thumbnails.
Yep.
So yeah, that was strange but true.
Nice coincidence. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a nice coincidence. That's one and one I'm happy to take credit for.
Yep.
Okay, to continue then. To fit out your living room area, beautiful rustic couches are available in 2- and 3-seater varieties. Adorn the corner with an armchair for elderly prospectors. I'm not entirely sure that there are actually any left.
That's me.
I think Sol's the only elderly prospector left, to be honest, but that's just my opinion. And a coffee table to complete the room. Finally, furnish the space with a lovely rustic cabinet to display your finest achievements.
So will we be able to actually put something in the rustic cabinet? And will it be visible?
It would seem, by the description from that, I would have said the answer to that should be yes.
Indeed, but this is something we will test, obviously.
Yes.
Write it down. To test list. Put stuff in cabinet.
Oh God! Oh crikey! Okay, hang on. That's the one thing I didn't prep for.
It's okay.
It's the only thing I didn't remember. Right, okay, we have...
Careful with your hot coffee, Mike. It's going down. Just make sure it goes in the mouth this time, right?
Yeah, don't be wearing it like you did your drinks last week. Okay, so we have to test for science the cabinet.
Put stuff in cabinet.
Okay, we also have to see if we can sit on the furniture.
Yeah. Sit on furniture.
Light the candles.
Light the candles. Yep. Oh, by the way, dips on the 3-seater couch for me, eh?
Well, you're taller than me, so yeah, of course. Duh. Right, okay, so we've got 3 things to test for science so far. Do you want to take us through the next paragraph, please, Connie?
Sure. So the dining room can now become a piece of elegance with a beautiful rustic table, round or rectangular, with enough dining chairs to support your crew, or what remains of them. Decorate your table with lovely rustic candles and cook your beer stew in a gorgeous rustic pot. Your dining room will be a place of community and fun after a hard day seeking exotics. So, as with the statues wall mount, table mount, I reckon the dining table, round and rectangular, also will be 2 separate items towards the 20 new items list.
Yeah. Yeah.
The candles, we have to check whether or not we can light them. And hey, nice new cooking mechanism, rustic pot.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. That will be interesting. And finally, we make your bedroom more comfortable by adding rustic wardrobe and nightstand by your bed before getting some much needed shut-eye.
Cool.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, wardrobe, nightstand. Can we put stuff in? We definitely have to test that.
Yeah. Okay. What did I do with my pen? Oh, there it is. I
With
just
your
put my
pen, you
pen
ate
down,
it.
my pen, and then I put it down, and then I lost it all in the space of about 5 seconds.
Yeah, them pens, eh?
Yeah.
Always trying to hide themselves.
So we want to put stuff in the wardrobe and the nightstand.
Yeah.
Okay. Mike says in chat, nice stuff for the outpost builders.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like during your mission, if you have a couple of minutes left while someone is returning from an ore run, you can quickly craft a bed or a nightstand or whatever. Usually, I don't think you'll use this in the missions, except like if you can actually put stuff in your cupboards, then you can use them as storage.
Mm-hmm.
But we have been eating from the floor so far. We had no tables, so we most likely will keep doing that in missions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely for the outpost. Hey, you want to make a nice home? Now you can put furniture in. Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's going to be good. That's going to be good. And we have an intriguing image there of what looks to be a couch, a table, 2 bedside units with candles on it, and a cooked prime steak in a cave full of water.
Yeah. So romantic dinner for prospectors.
Aww.
The candles, eh?
Candlelit dinner, Icarus
And what you gonna
style.
eat? Steak. We want steak.
We want 5 T-bones.
Oh yeah.
Mike in chat says maybe a 30-day explore, but not normal missions, I think.
Well, actually, Mike, have you ever had done a 30-day exploration mission and actually spent the full 30 days in. I know we have done a couple of the, like 1 or 2 of them long missions, but we didn't spend that long in it, like a week and a half maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think the only reasons why we don't stay the full 30 days in a mission is because of the weekly update.
True, but you can always do it with a secondary character. I mean, if you do these kind of missions, you usually do it to test out some building anyway. So, I
Yeah.
mean, why else would you spend 30 days on one and the same mission?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Mike from chat says genetically modified steak never rusts.
It may not be rusting, but it definitely looks rustic.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Barbecue. It looks barbecued.
Oh yeah, we need a barbecue in the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Grilled steaks.
Flame grilled on the outside, raw in the middle.
Exactly. None of that well done steaks. You're ruining perfectly good steak.
Yeah. Okay.
Just sear it on the outside and nice and raw on the inside.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we have a comment here from Brent, who is the lead 3D artist. And it says, Corne, if you would, please.
We saw all the amazing homes the community were making, even though there wasn't much available in the way of typical home decor. So our art team thought, why not make something more? We brainstormed different ideas and came up with several tiers of home furnishings and decor, including this first set of rustic furniture. We plan to introduce more advanced and refined tiers over time, so rest assured we have more to come. We're excited to see what all you prospectors do with this first set. My personal favorite item is a toss-up between the coffee table and the couches. They look great together. So yeah, a couple of remarks. We saw all the amazing homes that the community were making, and I have seen some darn amazing things on YouTube. Oh yeah. Like, even with the basics we had, they were already able to make very nice homes. Imagine what I can do with all this new stuff. So next, we came up with several tiers of home furnishings and decor, and also we plan to introduce more tiers over time. Yay, this is only the beginning. This is gonna be nice. We're gonna have some amazing outposts there, I bet. As for the coffee table and the couches, they look great together. From what I can see, oh yeah, the romantic dinner setting.
Oh, yeah. 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 Looking forward to that.
Oh yeah,
Really
we're
looking forward to seeing what
definitely
they
gonna
come up
make it all.
with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's an image just underneath that of a rustic bench sitting on the top of a mountain, looks like.
Yeah.
And it actually kind of looks like that prospector who's lying on the floor has just fallen off the seat laughing.
Yeah. The way he's lying on the rock with his head still against the bench.
Yeah.
He must have slid off. Yeah, on top of the mountain. If you want to enjoy the view, put a bench down. Why not?
Yeah, set up your screen, not your screenshot, your photo shoot mode, and get a really good picture of the scenery.
Yeah.
So, now the other thing that we have coming this week is a new mission.
Oh yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Guess what we've got to do? We've got to build all the new stuff.
Yep.
Okay, new mission is to give you a chance to try out the new rustic items. The African Assembly has a new mission require you to craft them all. Your briefing as follows. Mission name, Homestead Construction. Operator from the African Assembly. It's in the forest biome. And your background is as an operator, or an operator is hosting a VIP investment on ICARUS and requires an advanced infrastructure for their guests in the region. I like how they hike up the quality of life for the VIPs, and we're all just left to suffer.
Yeah,
But by the way,
we have to build the stuff, and then we'll have to get out, because then the big shots come.
yes, yes.
I'm gonna sabotage the bench when I'm done.
Yeah, we're going
Before
to
I leave,
build.
I'm gonna sabotage it.
Yeah, maybe we could do what I did a couple of missions ago and build it and then instantly burn it.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. We're done. We have our payment. Yes. Okay. Now let's put the fire to it.
Yeah, yeah. Scaly in the chat says, I wonder if the new pot would have a new recipe.
Interesting approach.
That's a good
So
question.
new food recipes.
Okay, so we'll
And
test
then why
for
not? Because
science.
we haven't had a pot as such yet. So we have the fire, and then came the drying rack, which added recipes. So now
Yeah,
with the pot. Although I have to say we already are able to make the mushroom soup, for example, on the campfire. Not sure how, because you have no
yeah.
pot there,
Maybe
but
maybe we can make a stew instead of a soup or a pie.
didn't we have stew already? We have pies,
No,
we have curry, we have soups.
yeah, we've got pies and curries and soups. We've got salads and creamed corn, crispy bacon and stuff from the pot-bellied stove with the roast
I
veg
forgot
and
about
this.
stew
So
indeed.
yeah, it would stand to reason that there's stews are in the pot belly. Okay.
One
Yeah,
can only hope.
Scaly from chat says the stews are in the pot belly.
Okay, so there are stews already. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, maybe in the future we will get new recipes for the pot.
Yeah, that actually
It
shows you
would
how.
definitely be an incentive to build the pot,
Oh
not
yeah,
just for decoration, but for actual practical use.
yeah, and give us a slightly more useful reason for actually getting all these different meats. So like it could use dried uh, dried stringy meat, and you could turn it into jerky or something like that.
Yeah, more preparation time, but better buff or different buff.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll
maybe.
have to wait to see.
Yeah,
Scaly snake. I would classify it as a stew, but might have been moved to the pot. Indeed,
that's also
they
possible.
might move some of the recipes. So no new recipes, but move them around.
Yeah.
Still would make the Rustic pot useful rather than just decoration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's on the list of things to test this week for science.
Yeah. Are there recipes in the pot, and if so, which ones?
Yes. Yes. The mission itself is to construct a fully equipped base to operator specifications. Fair dues. And the terms are a flat fee, all resources and construction materials responsibility of the contractor. Well, that's pretty much standard.
Yeah, and them cheapskates again, eh? Like I said, we have to do all the work.
And they get
And
all
then
the
once
benefit.
we're done, then the African Assembly is going to be to all the big shots like, look at what we built. You built, we built it. You didn't build shit.
Yeah, which is why I vote that we build it in a wooden hut, and then once we've built it and the mission's complete, we burn it. Scaly Snake
Yeah,
says, build. Scaly Snake in chat says, build their base out of thatch.
yeah, I'm getting to lean towards that idea indeed. Like stack it all in a shack and burn it once done.
Yeah.
And then you're like, yes, sorry, we built it all, but something happened, weather or something. Yeah, hey, not our responsibility no more.
Yeah, Scaly says, let them feel our pain.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. I'm all up for that. I'm all up for
Oh
that.
yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah. Do you want to know the ironic thing, Go?
No?
I don't even have Thatch unlocked on my character.
Okay. Don't worry, I have everything unlocked, which is humanly possible to unlock, except for the
Oh,
blueprints locked behind talents. So
yeah.
I'll build you attach 1 by 1, and we cram it all in there.
Yeah, well, we'll have to make it a 1 by 1 by 2.
Sure,
Because
higher fire.
yeah, because we,
And
you
then
know,
throw it in without roof, and then throw it all in.
yeah, I mean, if there's 20 items we need, we might need to be using those shelves a little.
Yeah, but you can also just throw it in from the top. If you don't build a roof on it, we just throw it in. You know?
Yeah, yeah. It's like, here's your bloody seat.
Yeah.
So, well, it's going to be a lot of fun anyway. So we're moving on
Oh, yeah.
just a little bit here. We are looking at what is coming soon. Now they've already alluded to further furniture sets.
Yeah.
So we'll be looking for that. And coming soon, it says, you might have noticed this week's update seems a bit smaller than previous weeks, which I said at the start and several times since. And this is with good reason. We are working on a bigger update for you with lots more fresh content and experiences. More details to come next week. Cliffhanger!
Oh, yeah.
Awesome!
Stay tuned to find out more.
Yeah, and it actually looks like they really want that seat to burn because they've just placed it in a forest fire. I mean,
maybe they had the same idea. Burn it.
I was just going to say, if they don't like it, why are they giving it to us?
Yeah.
Oh, man. And now we're on to the details change log. This is the last piece of the update. So let's get started. The detailed change log. We have added a new mission, homestead construction, which we have gone through the information for already just above. So I'm not going to repeat that. The new added new rustic decor items.
If you scroll down a bit more,
there we go.
you will see the entire list.
Get the whole list.
Now,
there we go.
Count the actual items. Don't count the bench, but count the items.
1, 2. Okay, bench 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18. So actually, there aren't 20 items. There's only 18.
But remember the statue, wall mount and table mount, and the diner table, rectangular and circular.
Yes, which come
if you
as
count those as
separate
items, then it's 20.
Yes. Yes.
Mike in chat, they're still having issues with conflicts between the local cache and the server cache data. I think that's why we only got cosmetics this week. Let me come back to that remark after we have done the detailed changelog, Mike. This is actually something I want to briefly discuss. But let's wait till after the detailed changelog.
Yes. Okay, so we will get back to that one, Mike. That's a promise. Okay, so
yeah, the new items we get, the crafting bench, obviously where you have to craft the stuff, and then 18/20 new items.
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting. Rustic stool.
Yeah,
English isn't my main language, but if I see a rustic stool, then I'm like, Maybe we should make a separate room for that.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe.
Some privacy and stuff, you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then again, you're in your environmental suit, so why do you need a stool? Unless they mean a different sort of stool, but again, English is my main language.
yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
actually read the rustic stool and the rustic table together so quickly that I actually thought it said rustic pool table.
Oh, that will be nice. I want that. Now
I
to
think
put the future effort request in.
I think that was wishful thinking on my part.
Yeah. My access to stoolroom, indeed, yeah.
Yeah,
You know, the smallest room in the house and stuff. But we could consider it to be like a chair to go with the dining table.
yeah,
Although there is
yeah.
a dining chair, so yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. We're gonna have to see what it actually is.
Right. Well, for those of you who are listening, not watching, I'm just about to rattle off all the items, and they all have the word rustic in front of it, so I'm not going to say that all the time, but we're going to get
Oh,
a bench, a bookshelf, a cabinet, some candles, a coffee table, a two-seater couch, a three-seater couch, a dining chair, an armchair, a nightstand, a pot, a stool, a table, a large table, a round table, a wardrobe, a narrow wardrobe, and an Icarus statue. So,
they're gonna be
yes,
interesting how they all look.
yes,
Interesting to see how they all look.
yeah,
So we'll be making them for
yeah,
science.
yeah. Mike in chat says doctor wanted a stool sample and yelled at me for bringing a set 6. That's a good one.
Yeah, come on. Come on, doctor, you asked for it.
Yeah, you wanted a stool sample, so you know.
No, I'll give you some samples you can choose out. You
Yeah,
can choose from.
yeah, yeah. Variety is the spice of life, so they say.
Yep.
Yeah, do you want one number 1 or 3 or 2 or 5 or 6?
No, I'd rather have number 4.
Well, yes, you could, you know.
Okay, good, good.
That's why I left that one out.
Okay.
However, we have 6 points left to go, and then we are done with the update. And I think, considering it's such a short one, we may as well just move on straight away and do the mission afterwards. Maybe with a little 5-10 minute
A
break in between.
short break, yeah.
Short break in between, so that people can set themselves up for the next bit.
Yeah.
So they fixed a rare issue where buildings supported by caves and cliffs were breaking when reloading a prospect.
Yeah, I think this has to do with the order in which items are being regenerated when you reload the prospect. We have had several times when we reload the prospect and the first person in the house sees all the walls all cracking and creaking and rattling, and then it stabilized itself again. Like the underlying supports weren't loaded in yet, so the whole base was like, "I'm gonna fall down."
Yeah,
I think this is basically the same, but now specific, supported by caves and cliffs. So first the house spawns in, and only afterwards the underlying cliff support is being like generated. Which means you'll have a house basically floating on nothing, not being supported at all.
yeah,
And if it takes too long for the cliff support to load in, then yeah, obviously your house is going to break down. Rare issue. It's a specific set of circumstances. But hey, I'm glad I fixed it.
yeah.
I'm glad to have a fix. Let's be let's be clear. Yeah.
Yeah. Okie doke. So number 2 says adjusted the lake sound to lower in volume when I'm sorry, I can't talk properly. Adjusted the lake
On an
sound to
island.
lower in volume when on an island so it doesn't feel like you're in the middle of the water. Can't
We
say
have
is
built bases on islands before. Didn't really feel like we are like in the middle of the war, especially not for the slightly bigger islands. Yeah, maybe it was different for other people. I mean, I'm in the middle of a lake. Of course, you're gonna hear a lake.
well, yeah. I mean, it comes down to ambient sounds, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Which brings us straight on to the next point, which says fixed an issue where an ambient audio transition could sound jarring between the desert and Arctic biomes. Can't say as I had really noticed.
No, me neither. So apparently, if you cross from the Arctic to the desert or vice versa, the ambient sound didn't fluently change to the other ambient sounds.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, admittedly, though, with the cache issues that they've been experiencing recently, we haven't really
Just
played Icarus just quite as heavily as we usually do because
true, true.
I mean, it's not like we haven't played it. Of course, we've been playing it, but we've been selectively playing it so that we can
Yeah,
finish
but
a mission in one night.
true. But we did our fair share of crossings between desert and Arctic.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Do you want to take us through the next one?
Right. Fix some naming inconsistencies and spelling issues on talents. Okay, so like storage 1 and storages 2, naming inconsistency,
Mm-hmm.
something like that, and spelling issues on talents as well. I must say I have not noticed it myself, but then again, I'm not looking at all the talents all the time.
No, me
I
neither.
have my talents and my talent set, and I hardly look at them anymore. So might have escaped my attention, or it is like we have discussed before. It might be in a different language.
Yes, entirely possible. Entirely possible. And the next one, please.
This is a nice one. Fixed deep mining drills not saving their active state when walking out of range or logging out. Not sure about walking out of range, but we have noticed before with the biofuel deep drill, if you log back in, you have to go to the drill and you have to activate it again.
Yes.
The electric one obviously auto-activates upon activating the generator, so that is the problem.
Or
Unless you have manually switched it off or something, I don't know. Why would you do it? But there's a different
yeah,
question. But for the biofuel ones, yes, we have had it before. You log off, and then the next day you continue your mission, and then after an hour you were like, okay, I'm gonna check the drill. And you come there and it only has like 5 ore. You're like, oh yeah, crap, forgot.
yeah,
We had
yeah,
to activate it again. So they fixed this. I like this a lot.
yes,
This is a very good quality of life improvement, in my opinion.
yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I can't remember quite correctly, but I know that you'll keep me right if you know better. But wasn't it the case that even if the electric deep mining drill was run on solar power, it would that would auto restart when the day started and the solar panel got power?
During the mission, it definitely kept the active state. Sure, during the night there was no sun, no sunlight on the solar panel, so it didn't provide energy for the drill, so the drill stopped. However, in the morning, when the sunlight hits the solar panel again, the drill would automatically continue
Yeah.
during the mission.
So it's good that
But I'm not sure we did do a solar panels deep drill in a mission which spans multiple days. So that point I cannot confirm
Well,
or deny.
we could test it for science if we really wanted
Well,
to.
they fix it, so it should not be a problem anymore. It should now remember the active state.
Yes.
Yeah, we can
Yes.
test it for science, but then we rather
Yeah,
collect a
that's
couple of high-level items to test. Because for the solar panel, if I'm not mistaken, you need the composites, which means you have to go to the electric furnace as well.
okay. Well, that can be something that we could test off stream.
Yeah.
Because that's usually when we spend more than one day in a mission is when we're off stream.
Well, there aren't deep veins in Outpost, so I can't really test it in an Outpost, unfortunately.
No.
Scaly Snake, indeed a good fix about this saving active state. I totally agree, mate. I totally agree.
Absolutely. And last and certainly not least, we have, if you would please, Corny.
They fixed the damage over time effects, not awarding the credit for killing the target, i.e. no experience rewarded for kills with poison, fire. I do wonder, is this also for killing the mini bosses? You know, like kill the jaguar, kill the mammoth, kill the sandworm, kill the
alpha wolf.
I do recall, which one was the jaguar or the mammoth?
It was the mammoth. You used
mammoth, and none of us got the accolade for it.
No, exactly.
So if it died by fire, which is quite likely, or by poison, which is also quite likely, because we were shooting flame arrows at it. So if you came too close to it, you got overheated.
Yes.
Fun fact. And we also shot poison arrows at it.
And we also shot some flare arrows at it, so it was glowing green and
nice
radioactive.
So yeah, indeed, apparently the mammoth died to one of those damage over time effects. And hence none of us getting the accolade for it.
Yes, that would make sense. That would make total sense. So if they have indeed fixed that, then that's going to be a really good one. That's definitely one that we're going to have to test for science.
Yeah, but you have to be careful not to kill it with your last arrow. So you have to time your last fire arrow a bit.
Yes.
Or your last poison arrow or whatever.
Yes.
Maybe the scorpion, hedgehog, something like that.
Yeah.
So these were the detailed change logs. So now, coming back to Mike's earlier remark, they're still having issues with conflicts between the local cache and server cached data. I think that's why we only got cosmetics this week. First of all, indeed, there are still issues. The conflicts between local cache and server cache data. These cause the O20 errors, O24 errors. They cause the issues with loadout disappearing upon landing. Yes, they are still having these issues. And people, please, I see so many people in the ICARUS Discord just complaining about like, hey, this happened to me, and they don't take the effort of reading up a bit where multiple times, a lot of times clearly said, if you have an issue where you drop down to the planet, your loadout is gone, do not fly back up, just use remove from prospect. That way you remove your character from prospect, you keep your equipment. And it also states, and then use another character, because this issue is character bound.
Yes.
People, however, keep complaining like, I've tried it 5, 10, 20 times, and every time I lost my equipment, and this remove from prospects, I'm not gonna do it. Devs need to fix this. Come on, folks, they're working on it. There is a workaround, a very easy, simple workaround.
Which they've already
Remove
told
from
you.
prospect and use a second character.
Yeah.
And sorry for my language, but if you're too freaking lazy to do this, if you're too freaking lazy to read the Discord where you are posting your wines in, because sorry, there's no other word for it. If you're too freaking lazy to create a second character and use that one, stop your freaking whining and complaining.
Yeah.
Again, sorry for my language, but really, how hard is it to read?
Yeah.
And
I
come
mean,
on, folks.
they
Leveling a character is quick. You create a new character, you still have all your space equipment. It's not like you have to start from scratch again. No, you only have to level your character so you get the blueprints unlocked again. And that is fast with all your space equipment.
yes. Yes. And I mean, that's
So,
exactly why when you're on the title screen of Icarus, you have on the top of the screen, on the top right-hand side, you have several different tabs, one of which is a tab that links you to their official Icarus Discord site, where there are multiple ways of A, reading around the subject, B, asking a question as to why you're having issues, and C, finding answers to the questions that you have before you start complaining about them.
yeah.
And then lastly, if you do read around the subject and you still have questions and you still have issues, that's what Icarus Upvote, feature upvote is for.
Yeah.
And feature upvote also gives you lots of questions, lots of answers, lots of information. So there is ample opportunity for people to find the answers to the questions. They just have to be willing to read around the subject a little.
Yeah, and now you're talking about feature upvote. Feature upvote has this very nice search function where you can search for feature upvotes that about the subject already. Don't all make your own feature upvote. Take a bit of effort, search. There are more issues about this one already.
Mm-hmm.
And the Icarus team is actually actively looking at feature upvotes, and they are manually merging all those feature requests. By the way, feature request is also like bug reports. It's one and the same site.
Yes.
But give them don't give them more work than needed. Just search for yourself. You see all the posts right away. Get one with the most upvotes. Upvote it yourself. Put your comments in. Give them some details. Make it easier for them as well. Because if you're overloading them with work by putting new feature upvotes in it because you're again too lazy to do a little bit of searching yourself, and then start whining, why aren't they fixing it whilst you giving them more work? Come on, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about the loadouts. As for the connection issues, the same actually applies there. You can use the remove from prospect. If your mission is completed, you will get the mission rewards. The only thing is you will not get any exotics you mined during that mission.
Yeah.
If you are really that relying on those exotics, sure, leave your character on the prospect till these errors are fixed. Create a new character. Start playing with your new character.
Yeah. Yeah.
And don't go on the Discord and like, I'm having this issue. Anyone else? The entire chat is full of it at the moment. Read up a bit, see what's happening. Think by yourself, is it useful to complain without actually actively doing something? Just complain to complain, it ain't useful.
Yeah.
So just If you do want to keep those exotics you mined, and sure, I can understand if you mine like 900 exotics, you want to get that as reward, leave your character on a prospect. You'll play with another character until they fix this, and then there are a couple of things people tried which helps. For example, you quit a game, Alt F4, you restart the game, you resume the prospect, and straight away go back up to the spaceship, to space station. This has worked for multiple people, and this might be a pinned message in the tech support channel. I don't know. But things like that, read a bit. Those things are in this channel as well.
Yes.
Try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Tough luck. If it works, good, it works. Be happy and start playing with another character. Don't be like, I removed from prospect and I use this very same character to start another prospect, even though it's explicitly said don't do it. And now on this new prospect, I have the same issue again.
Yes.
Read a bit, folks.
Yes. Yes.
By the way, the team did put an announcement. They gave an announcement about the missing equipment issues.
They did.
They added an email address where you can send some information to regarding this, like your Steam ID, the equipment that you lost, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they are on one side they're working on fixing the issues.
Yeah.
And the other side, yes, they realize this is quite impacting for people. So next to fixing the issues on the back end, they're also trying to get people the stuff back so they can play again, which might turn around and bite them in the behind when they manage to fix the issue, because then people might end up with double equipment.
Yes.
So basically free equipment for those players.
Yes.
But they are willing to take that hit in order to help players to get playing again. So
yes.
they're working on it, folks.
Yes. No, I actually, I'm going to read this out just for those of you who are listening so that you know exactly what Corney's talking about here. The issue was left by the ICARUS official team, and it reads as follows. Hi everyone. A few of our players are experiencing issues with their loadouts and items disappearing on their oldest characters when embarking on a drop. This is a serious concern for us and currently our top fix priority. We are attempting a solution for this before our next patch drops. As part of this, you may experience some disconnections. Now, this is the bit where they ask you for information. It says, for those of you who have been affected by this issue, you are able to rescue your items by using the debug remove from prospect button if your character is still on the drop and you have not left via drop ship. If you want us to investigate meta items you have lost, feel free to reach out to support@rocketworks.com, providing your Steam ID, your character name, and what was lost. If you're interested in what's going on, I've provided a short summary of the issue below. It basically just says that they're having outages experienced over weekends, and it's a description of what they're trying to do to fix it. Now, all as I can say to that is the ICARUS team are dedicated to try and give us the best game they possibly can. And for my vote, they're doing a really bloody good job. Excuse my French, but they are doing a really good bloody job, and they need the support of the community. They don't need the community to be dissing them like that, because that's not positive. It's not constructive criticism. It's just complaining.
Yeah. I mean,
Feedback.
sure, they are a bit late with this announcement. They should have put it out like a week ago already or so.
Yes.
But they did put it out.
Yes.
And all the emails they're going to get about this, it's going to be manual work to compare the data from the email to the backend, and to try and avoid people using this as a way to get free stuff.
Yes.
I mean, I can send them an email and say like, "Yeah, hey, I lost 5 full Naneo armor sets, whilst I never had more than 2." Yeah,
Yes.
just to save myself a couple of random couple of exotics.
Yes.
So this is going to be manual work to compare this data they're getting, to compare it to the backend systems.
Yeah.
They're willing to take this extra work, even though it will most likely mean it's going to delay the solution. Because hey, this time you spend on verifying the data, you can't spend on actually fixing the problem. Sure, but they give you the option now.
Yes. Yes.
Mike says they're doing a good job. I don't get the complaints really. They want weekly big updates and no bugs. Doesn't work that way.
I know, right?
Everything has bugs, and ICARUS is actually pretty good on the ball on fixing bugs.
I would say. I would
I
say that.
don't know many games who have this active support team in trying to deal with the bugs.
No.
I'm more used to games which like there are bugs, yeah. Well, we'll have a look in 3-4 months.
Yes.
At least here
Yes.
we have the weekly updates, including bug fixes.
Yes. And that's huge.
Yeah,
There aren't very
and
many. There are not very many games who have updates and bug fixes as regularly as Icarus. And I'm gonna just go down a little tangent here and say that my comparison is going to be Valheim. An excellent game. Many people bought it. Most people loved it, including myself. I have over 1,000 hours in the game, and it has taken 6 months, if not more, after an announcement that was made that we were going to get a new patch called Home and Hearth, and it took them 6 months from mentioning it to actually giving us it, and we got nothing in between.
yeah,
We're still waiting for the next biome to come out. We're still waiting for them to make the Mistlands, which they've been promising us for a year. So you compare that to Icarus.
yeah,
I mean, it's like night and day. With Icarus, you get weekly updates, you get weekly patches, you've got constant fixes. You have somewhere you can go and try and find information. You have somewhere you can voice your concerns or your worries, or it's not a place to vent.
yeah,
You know, so give the devs a break. They're doing everything they possibly can to make this game as playable as possible,
yeah,
because they know that's their responsibility and they are doing it as best as they can.
exactly.
They're not a huge team. They're slightly bigger than they were, but they're not a huge team. And I just think that we should cut them a break.
Yeah,
This
and
game,
one
as
last,
yeah,
yeah,
this game is not very old, as it says right here in the banner. We're only 21 weeks into the release of this game.
yeah,
But for those of us
exactly.
who've been playing it since beta weekend 1, it feels like much longer.
Yeah,
But if they hadn't done the beta weekends, then all of the problems that they had during the beta weekends are the same ones that we would have been going through now at week 21. So the fact that they sorted all that out before they even released the game is huge.
yeah. So I've 2 more remarks. So there is one. The first remark is people who complain like this game is not playable. Why isn't it in early access?
But it
These
is
these
playable.
items started what 2 weeks ago, which means we were 19 weeks after the launch.
Yeah.
So they focus on these problems now, and they completely ignore those 19 weeks before.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. These issues started, these connection issues and loadout issues, they started after the outage 2 weeks ago. Don't use this as a reason to say the game should be in early access. Again, it has been perfectly playable for 19 weeks before this, and for us, we were lucky. We didn't get hit by these errors. For it is still playable.
Yes.
These issues are only for a part of the player base. As far as I've been able to determine based on various sources, characters, not accounts, but characters,
Yes.
who were active on a mission when the outages happened. Only those characters, or about only those characters, are the ones affected by this. Yeah, you might be one of the unlucky ones. Yes, I can understand it's a bit frustrating. But you can still play the game. Just create a new character and use a new character.
Yeah.
You don't have
And
to start all over again. You keep your equipment.
yeah.
Yes, you have to
And
level. You have to get your blueprints back in, and you have to build up your talents again. Sure, but once it's done, you have a perfectly fine character again, and you can play basically as if nothing happened, whilst the dev team is fixing the issues on the back end.
yes. Yes, exactly. Now
Yeah,
the
like
ones
Mike
that
says, short attention span for gamers. This game plays just fine. I rarely have issues. Same here, Mike.
yeah, yeah.
Same here.
I mean, it's not that we haven't experienced our fair share of issues, but we don't rage
Not as big as those.
we don't rage quit and uninstall the game just because we get annoyed. You know,
Exactly.
we persevere. I mean,
Yeah.
Gao and I are diehard Icarus fans. You know, it's going to take an awful lot to stop us from playing the game. And you can
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong here, Gao, but wasn't the initial issue with the outages because of the fact that they actually had power disruption
Uh,
on their side, like in New Zealand, they actually had power outages?
maybe. I don't recall actually.
Because
I don't
because I
recall.
I seem to remember them having said like 2 weeks ago that the issue the reason that we have this issue is because we had a power outage, and so we're trying to resolve everything after that happened as a result of the power outage. Now the power outage over there is absolutely totally and utterly out of their control. It's like us having a power cut in the middle of a game. It's like, what the hell? And you just have to deal with the consequences where you might have lost some saved progress, or
Yeah.
it doesn't allow you to continue the mission, or whatever it
In
is.
their
But
case, it's a bit. It has more effects. It affects a lot of players because they are running the back end.
yes,
Yeah, but come on, folks. It's something out of their control. It's not their fault. They didn't do it deliberately. This is not a result of bad code.
no,
I assume. I mean, there could be something said about you had to make your systems more robust. But then again, if I look at what's actually the problem in the announcements they made, I'm not sure they could have done much to prevent this. I would need a proper database engineer with proper knowledge about RabbitMQ to confirm or deny this, but I do know a thing or two about databases and a thing or 5, 6 of IT in general. So I'm not sure they could have done much from their side, even if they would have known these power outages would happen. So yeah.
yeah,
And my last remark, by the way, I see people complain like, why are they bringing out content whilst they have not fixed the bugs? Multiple departments. Plus, there are only so many people who can work on a certain part of the environment to fix this.
Yes.
It's not simply throw more people at it and it will be fixed quicker. At some point, you reach the maximum amount of people who can properly work simultaneously at a problem. You add more people, they gonna be in each other's way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what do you want? For the people, the part of the player base who are affected by these issues, so part of the player base is affected by these issues, right? Rocketworks is already working on fixing these issues, and I don't think they understaffed their troubleshooting department here.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
So basically, the people who have issues basically say everyone else who has no problem, STFU, first our problem needs to be fixed before everyone else can get some new content in. It might be me, but doesn't it sound a bit selfish?
No, I would agree with you. Mike in chat says, yes, they had outages. I'm talking about power outages. I remember that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, like I said,
yes.
I'm not sure they could have done, even if they would have known those power outages would be coming. You are relying on underlying systems which are not always your control. Like
Yeah.
RabbitMQ is nice, but every system has its flaws. Every database system has its flaws. So you can blame Rocketworks, or is this actually an issue with the RabbitMQ database behind it?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Or is it an issue with the electric company who
yeah, we're talking
supplies
about
the electricity that they have the power outage from in the first place that kind of
yeah,
messed
that's the
everything up
cause
from
of
that.
the issues.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm now more talking about the effects of the issues.
Yeah.
You can blame Rocketworks for the effects of the issues, but they are also relying on third parties for underlying techniques.
Yeah.
To help and deal with these effects. One would say the underlying system should have been able to withstand outage of multiple parts of the underlying system. That's what they're designed for. However, at some point, it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
And you have multiple systems interacting with one another. There could have something gone wrong. It's not fair to put all the blame squarely on Rocketworks.
No, there are multiple factors
not.
involved.
People who think like that, sorry, but they are way too simplistic.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike from chat says, insurance companies call that an act of God issue. No one is to blame. I couldn't agree more, Mike. I really couldn't agree more. Absolutely. Got it in one. Nailed it.
But yeah, that's all what I wanted to say about the whole connection issues, loadout issues, blah blah, etc. The whole complaining from people without actively reading something. Yeah, basically, like I said, that's what I wanted to say about this. And it's always gonna be a he said she said game. It's always gonna be a blame game. Where I'm like, come on, folks, take a bit of effort yourself. Read a bit. There are proper workarounds.
Yep.
Note, I'm not saying solution. I say workarounds.
Yep.
Which allow you to keep on playing. Take a bit of effort and enjoy the game, because it is a fun game.
Yeah.
Why else do you think I have this many hours logged on it already? Come
yeah,
on.
Exactly. So.
And for the people who are going to ask how many hours, I don't know, a lot. I can check it.
I have 717.9 hours gameplay in ICARUS.
Yeah,
You've got
800
way
plus
more
for
than
me.
me. You've probably got 780 odd or something.
No, 800 plus.
Yeah, well, there you go. See, a lot more than me. So
Yeah, indeed, Mike. Always will be the professional complainers. They just can't help themselves. I'm not sure about that last part. I think it's more they don't want to help themselves.
yeah. However,
Sorry about my language again. I'm getting a tad fed up with this endless stream of whining. So yeah.
yes. Well, the one thing that everybody has to remember is you can't please everybody.
But it is
But
darn easy to piss everyone off. I know.
exactly. So give them a break, let them do let them do their job, and just be happy that you're getting the bug fixes that you're getting in the meantime, because otherwise,
And
you
you can still play normally, just create a second character. How
yes,
hard is it?
exactly. So
It'll take you what, 3-4 hours till you get to a level where you can like properly solo play with it again, without having to be too worried about animals, wolves, bears, and stuff. Come
yeah,
on, it's just a bit of time, folks.
yeah,
Spend this little amount of time and then enjoy your game again. Come on, let's enjoy the game.
yes. Well, and that's what gaming is all about. It's about having
Yeah,
fun. It's about enjoying the
exactly.
time spent. And if you're going to spend your time complaining, then there's no point in doing it. So, and I
Yeah,
think
then just uninstall and stop whining. Forget
yes,
about it.
yes.
Stop whining.
If you're really unhappy with the game, uninstall it and just leave it be.
Yeah, and don't keep on going on the Discord. Don't keep on whining there.
Yeah, yeah. Say your piece.
Be
React.
constructive instead of
Yeah,
destructive. Come on.
exactly. And I think with that, we are just about done for this week's weekly update. What do you think?
Interesting update.
Mm-hmm.
We're definitely gonna use it. I like the fact that they are adding more content.
Yep.
Sure, it will be mainly in outposts, not so much in missions, except when the objects are functional, which we'll have to check.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, a bit more decoration instead of functional isn't too bad either.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
like the fact that we're getting some more aesthetics.
yeah, I know people play this for the survival part, but don't forget the building part. Building part is fun as well,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you get a lot more to build and to decorate now.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah,
So, with that having been said, I think we're probably, I don't know, maybe a really short break away from going into the new mission where we'll have to craft all this new stuff. So, don't go anywhere. We will be back really shortly.
as
Until then,
in the new stream, yeah.
yeah, in a new stream with the new mission. So if you're watching, thanks for joining us. If you've just joined us, stay with us because we'll be back with a new stream on my channel with the new mission. Until such time, it's good night from me,
And good night from her.
and we will see you next week for the next update. Until then, night night, everybody.